Snort, snort.
Some sort.
Sneeze, snarf.
Anyways, my little bird's gonna fly over onto my shoulder, and I'm gonna start walking towards the trees.
I mean, you're like a day away. I know that the thing is like, oh, it's actually like 6 hours of walking, but people at Paizo do know that it takes
You got
like,
little feet.
takes a while to walk that. Actually, is it 6 hours of walking? Isn't can you walk like 8 miles per hour or something? I hate these numbers. They make me go away.
So an
God.
average human walking speed
Why am I even
is like
bothering with this?
3 to 4.5 miles per hour.
Why?
Cut that in half because we have half the left leg length.
It's in this. It's 3 miles an hour or 6 if you hustle.
You do a fast walk.
Well, no, we don't really know what we're even getting into yet, so there's no reason to rush it.
Let's see. How much is a hustle? You can hustle for 1 hour without a problem.
Oh,
So if you want to, you can kind of dart it over to the woods.
I mean, that's
Actually,
where we
no.
need to go anyway.
No, it's like a whole day's walk actually.
Apparently, we want to find the biggest tree we can, and just kind of rub the leshy against it.
Like even if we go by the half-mile mark, Paizo, that halfway house is still like 3 hours out of town. It's an orphanage. Okay, well, you head out. You take a whole day's traveling through Falcon's Hollow's beautiful landscape. The forest slowly creeping in from the distance, the many stumps of trees that have been cut down, the hills and mountains all around. Up and over. Occasionally seeing the birds in the sky, clouds rolling overhead, or even signs of other wildlife, or the distant howl of a wolf. Before too long,
Oh, woo.
you reach one of the lumber camps. At the end of your long day's travel, the lumber camp is a bit of a generous term. It's several large, tense, ramshackle buildings put together to provide some measure of comfort and cover while one is around here. Gosh, I still think it's so fucking cute that on the big map they put like all the little notable locations here.
Hmm.
And then the distances don't add up. The people at the lumber camp also seem to be suffering the infection, it seems. Some individuals are obviously coughing, sitting upon logs as they try to turn their heads away, to provide you with some comfort. I imagine you set up your little camp just outside. Although you should probably introduce yourself to whoever runs this place first before they take any offense. Unless you intend to camp inside of the forest proper.
That's a good point. I mean, I have no problem with camping, but
I mean, I'm a plant.
I want to make sure you don't like take root somewhere though. We kind of need you.
I'm a vine.
Okay, we need to make sure you don't like I don't know wrap around something or I don't know.
Hart and I can go introduce ourselves too.
Offensive.
Yeah, we should at least say hello to them so they know that we're not like a group of bandits or something that's shown up to kill them.
Very
Okay,
smart.
so I just googled Leshy Witch and found the cutest fucking thing.
I love the idea of like
Show it.
a group of bandits who parks right outside of their place they're gonna attack.
Oh my gosh!
Like they're sieging
Little
the place.
buddy.
Just a little buddy.
Zal, that's you. That has to be you. That's adorable. Look, that's the cutest goddamn plant thing ever.
It is.
Did you just use a potty mouth, Claire? God dang. Ooh.
Golly gosh dang.
I'm gonna tell the priest.
You better.
Yo, organized
Gonna get in
relations is
trouble.
scam, man.
You head on over to... You talk to an individual and get your directions over to the person who runs the place around here, the overseer. A big, gruff-looking kind of fella. Big bushy beard and scars that indicate that more trees have fallen on him than he probably felled in his life. Although, to be fair, around this lumber camp is a massive ring of tree stumps, some of which have been dug up and turned into scrap wood they use for fires. The rest just creates this field of death, as well as the piles of logs they've put up around themselves. The guy behind the desk taps his fingers. What does this place look like to you? A little camping site.
Lumberyard?
A way house.
A place with a lot of sick people.
Looks like a lumber yard.
Sick.
Yeah,
Sick. These are good, sturdy men. Carry a log on their backs. They could take a little sick.
Well, we're gonna go find a cure for that, but we need a place to stay down. So we're just gonna set up a camp, and we just want to be like, hey,
bunch of city slickers who think they can just walk into a place and say, "Well, we're here to help."
Looks
Like they-
the plant.
The plant looks back. What?
City slickers riding their wolves, being made of hyena.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah, like-
literally plants.
Yeah, right. Like riding their wolves, right? Like being a literal plant thing. Like
I think Gwendolyn's the only one who could be like considered a city slicker.
Gwendolyn's doing that like thumb in her pits thing pose. Like
What the fuck, Greta?
Now I ain't a small town adventurer.
like the. What the
I
fuck?
do damn well say I've been adventuring since the sun was young.
But yeah, I
Get
guess we're
yourself
just. Does he have cataracts in like both his eyes or something? Like
Get some suspenders for to snap, you know? Do it. Do it for Greta.
Mhm.
Okay. Listen, I imagine a lot of you think you're all the hot stuff. But I got my worries.
I am.
Y'all just gonna do it all wrong, bring all kinds of bad luck on this place with your weird habits. I bet you don't even put your cutlery away the right way.
What's cutlery?
It's like a
They
knife
need
but
food with-
smaller.
Wait, like how smaller?
Like hand size.
yeah, about you chopping size.
Your cultures are so weird.
Listen, when you're this close to the forest, you gotta be always alert of all those little habits. If you're just looking for an excuse to give you all kinds of heck.
Usually I just use chopsticks.
Also, since we're gonna be going into the forest, we heard about wolves. We heard about werewolves. We heard about a big snake. We heard rumors, but we don't know about any apples. So, if there's anything you can tell us about the forest,
I will ask the trees if there are apples.
He looks.
All right,
very
guys, we're not.
He looks very confused as you were having this internal argument. If you just come here to argue with me, get out.
No,
I
Just
Let you
wanted
know
to
we're
make sure
here.
you wouldn't come and chop me down since I'm kind of halfway a tree.
Greta kind of moves.
You're hardly a
moves
branch.
bit.
don't
Greta
think
kind
I
of
could-
moves to the front of a bit because, oh boy. Look, we're just here trying to solve the problem, but we just wanted to make sure that you knew that we mean you absolutely no harm and don't want to get in your way.
Just giving a thumbs up behind Greta.
The note is weirdly civilized acting, and it might be a little strange.
Oh, here I was thinking that three little guys and their scruffy little mutt could come on by and make all these big, tall men fall over.
I can make many men fall over if I need to.
Wink.
He gives you a sharp look, and then he puts his elbow, bam, on the table, his hand extended.
Oh, we doing this? All right. Okay, let me just die for a little bit. Okay.
Claire,
The-
corpses can't wrestle arm.
Not with that
Then I'll-
attitude.
Gentile civility kind of like gives way to a good old fashioned grinning challenge, and she slams her elbow down.
His hand immediately slaps over to yours, and he grabs it firmly. You can feel the rough callus on his hands.
Oh, this is a man.
Also, your sensitive snoot will almost definitely pick up the fact that this guy smells like he swam in the sea for a little too long.
Nice. I don't smell particularly nice either. We have a connection already.
The little desk he's sitting behind, he puts his hand on like the far side with like his right hand is on you, and his left hand is like on the left side of the desk, grabbing onto it, and he's ready to get this going.
Good old fashioned arm wrestling strength check.
You're the one to make the first move.
All right, I'm gonna do some strength check. So it's d20 plus 3.
D20 plus your strength modifier, yes.
Yep. Okay.
Good. Great start to the game.
Whoa, wait. That it rolled a 9. Did I roll a 6 or a 9? I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's a 6 plus 3.
All right, first roll of the game. He kills.
Why you
Greta
like this, Claire?
I don't know. It was just
Claire,
funny.
let Safi roll before you start saying what the outcome is.
No, Sapphire said to roll.
Yeah.
But no,
I know, but Safi hasn't rolled.
Yeah, it
Okay.
could be worse.
Yeah, go ahead.
What the hell?
Slapping them.
Luck,
Yeah, what was that?
brackets.
Look, parenthetical.
Oh, there you go. Okay, that's because I didn't give it an icon that isn't. Oh, we'll fix that later.
Yeah, well.
Beep beep beep. Nah, that's actually irrelevant. I remember to put it in. All right, Claire.
Yeah.
It's Armo V Mono. You feel the strain as his hand clenches and crushes yours. He looks you dead in the eyes, sitting there, the worn eyes flanked by crow's feet, bushy brows, and a big fat grin underneath, as well as a giant honker, red from the booze he's had.
He's got a lot of drink.
Smell it in his breath. City slicker coming in here, huh? The table begins to shake slightly. Greta, what do you do? He's giving you a mean stare down.
All right. I'm gonna stare him right back.
You think that's gonna achieve anything? You think he's intimidated? He's got you halfway down already.
All right.
It's the time to eat a can of spinach.
I'm gonna eat a can of spinach. Grabs the leshy.
Wait, no.
All right, we're gonna try that again, but this time I'm gonna put my juice into it.
Give it a go.
Ugh.
I'm not from the city. I'm from a dirty hole in the desert.
How is that any
Sopping
better?
Wet handshake.
His sweaty palm begins to slick up yours, making it hard to keep a good firm grasp and leverage. The hand swings back to the other side, slowly but surely. But you can tell that you're not quite straining him yet. Maybe he's letting you have this round.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. To help the yin, because I want to help my friend. I just looked it up. Hexes that are supernatural do not take any components to cast.
Yep, could have told you that myself.
Okay, I want to bring that bad luck he was complaining about on him by using my misfortune hex.
I'm sorry, you're what?
Misfortune. I can cause a creature within 30 feet to suffer grave misfortune for 1 round. Anytime the creature makes an ability check, attack roll, saving throw, or skill check, it rolls twice and takes worse.
That's
Thanks.
awesome, but also
Yeah, it's like the bread and butter witch hex.
Yeah, and if I later get a cackle, I can extend it multiple rounds on people.
Yeah, baby.
that's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, baby.
So yeah, I'm doing that on him.
All right, Clark, give it a hurl.
All right,
A
here we
little,
go again
little plant boy throws his weight around.
with my. That's my spinach.
Claire, you can literally just click the die roller tray. Use that. It's easier.
What, the tray? I did the tray.
Well, I heard you click it, clack, or was that someone else?
Wasn't me.
I wasn't clacking.
No, not me.
Sneaky people doing sneaky things. All right, you try and get him. However, you hear this as his elbow begins to slip. The table underneath so greased up by his sweat that he loses the grip and tension he needs. Even though he's pulling on his arm, he's more pulling you sideways than he's properly leveraging and twisting. As a result, you gain the upper hand, and with a firm book, you press his back of his hand down against the wooden table.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
Getting up on your feet, going, "Yeah, baby."
But she
Booyah.
does it for a bit and then compose herself, but just you actually see her like little mohawk thing, like raise up.
Yip yip.
I mean, yes, everything's fine.
Try to play it suave, are we? Do you think that'll work? Do you think
am a
anyone's gonna buy it?
I am a civilized knoll.
Sure thing, bub. Get a little okay from me. He looks at you with some grim determination as his eyes squint down and feels as if he's been conned. With a grumble, complaining about luck and fate and all those fun things.
Yeah. I'm
Fine,
neither of those things.
fine. You can sleep under the firewood roof if you have to, or set up your camp somewhere. I don't care.
Why, thank you, good sir.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Very
I
hospitable.
sleep outside every night.
Heading outside, you hear the neigh of the horses they use to pull carts, tree stumps, and more.
The Leshy just looks up at the knoll on the way out. You're welcome, and just keeps walking.
Just a little baby man, really.
Your emotional support is all I needed. She has no clue what you did.
No one should. So yeah, I'm gonna go find a tree and ask it the question about the biggest, oldest tree.
The nearest tree that's not cut up into a log and almost presumably dead from the process, if not completely traumatized, is a good
I
distance
give a
away
traumatized.
from the actual camp.
Well,
Wait until morning.
yeah, I think we camp for now.
Okay.
Don't get
You
overexcited,
mostly-
small plant creature.
Mostly gets screaming out of all the trees nearby.
Also, Lil
Also,
Habit
since
is
you're
a
affected
good
by it
name.
constantly, wouldn't you just constantly hear the trees scream for death?
Probably.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
I'm probably used to it though from being around civilizations enough, so I think I can tune it out.
Well, like, how many lumber camps have you been by?
I mean, I've been to places where people bring logs in to go and cut them up for firewood. You don't have to only have lumber camps for that.
Actually, I think the implication is you can ask them questions and they answer. They don't just tell you stuff magically. So you are, in fact, not confronted, which would be hilarious. I mean, it's perfectly in tone with how Pathfinder has some of the most disgusting spells and occult stuff that's about cutting your hands off to summon a demon, but also plant babies. So it's perfectly in line for you to actually hear the constant screaming of the dead as you sit on a chair. But also not. Good job on the tonal consistency there, Paizo. Gets a thumbs up from me. When the morning comes, begin packing up your tent. I hope that you plan to leave it here. The lumberjacks are already woken up, haven't taken their drinks, and are heading out towards the tree line. Axes in tow.
So while we're asleep, I'm gonna use my other hex, cauldron, to make a couple potions.
Excuse me, did you just say Calderon?
Cauldron.
You receives the brew potion as a bonus feat and a +4 inside bonus to craft checks.
I could use it to cast any spell that I can cast.
What? Yes, you can cast any spell you can cast, yes. That's how that works.
Well, I can use it to brew for spells I can cast.
Yes. But
That's
don't you need a nap? Or do
I need
Leshies
that
get
too.
exemptions?
Do I sleep? Because I'm a plant.
I mean, you can brew a potion in, although this presumes that you have access to resources. You can't just make a potion by taking some water and going abracadabra, abracadabra, slap, slap, you're ready.
I mean, technically, one of my cantrips lets me turn things into mundane alchemical components.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was on my spell list.
Whoever wrote the witch's spell list is having a good lark, I see. I'm gonna take this dirt. It's now magical. And he wiggles his eyebrows.
Dirt plus.
Dirt plus. I don't know what this.
Yeah, I made a potion of cure light wounds.
Oh, chemical tinkering. It's a first level spell. Let's see. You transform one alchemical item into another. Oh, that's probably not it. That just changes A to B.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I have like a spell components thing with me. I'm spell components for half of this
Your
stuff.
spell component pouch is meant for spell casting. It does not contain the things you need to make a potion. Why would it? It's not called a potion component pouch. Just saying.
I assume you get that by default. As part of your adventure package.
Yeah,
right?
you probably have it on you. I'm not going to sit on your inventory too much here. But I'm
Yeah.
going to sit in the fact that you do not, in fact, have access to a wide variety of resources. You can figure it out in the morning, though. You can probably find some things, but right now, you've nothing.
I like the idea of us, like, we're sleeping and the little plant fella's just, like, running back and forth and grabbing,
Stoking
like,
fires.
things. That's actually cute. That's
Like
a cute
finding plants.
Oh, it's like, it would be like a Studio Ghibli cooking scene.
What?
You know,
Studio
the
Ghibli.
Yeah, you know, like Studio Ghibli cooking scenes where like the food looks really delicious, and like it's almost fantastical looking, but honestly they're just cooking.
You know what's most... Oh, yes.
We got the same one.
Damn it!
Mm.
Mine showed up first on my screen, so I win.
They were loading at the same time. I'll give it to you.
I relent.
Look at
Yeah,
these
it's, you know,
exciting little guys. Get a
Spirited
load of
Away
all that
still
food.
remains probably my favorite Ghibli film, by the way.
The
Which-
slot meal.
Which is the favorite?
Spirited Away, which is what the gif of the frog people cooking.
I
is from.
know it's from that. Actually, I've actually seen.
It is a
Spirited Away.
banger.
I know I'm an uncultured swine, but I have seen some things.
You're more cultured than I am.
What, you haven't seen? You thought you liked it.
Well, no, I've seen it. I'm just saying, like,
Claire
I
admits that
just,
she's never seen the movie she likes.
like, I'm just saying, I'm not cultured.
Claire is as
I'm a
cultured
little-
as a can of peas. The morning comes, and as you sit around and the lumberjacks make on their way, perhaps you too should get on their way. People are slowly but surely dying as you sit around on your butts.
We're
we
going.
better
We're
go.
going as fast as we can.
Mhm.
Are you really, though? Or are you intentionally allowing people to suffer? Are we here just to suffer?
That remains to be seen.
Thanks, Goofy.
Listen, my mother has like salt and pepper shakers similar to that, but they're not rats or mice or anything. They're just like dudes hugging. It's great. One's white, one's black, pepper and salt. Yeah. All right. You should be going somewhere, but you don't.
Yeah, we could go talk to trees.
Trees.
Well, by we I mean me.
Head on over to the
Yeah.
perimeter. Everyone watches the little plant boy. Head on over to the perimeter. Presumably before you're even done packing up.
He doesn't have much to pack up.
Man, look at that little fella go.
What do you all do? Other than
Make
plant
sure
baby.
everything's folded and correctly put away. Everything needs to be neat and orderly.
My
Goodness
armor's
me.
strapped on tight.
All
I'm
right.
buckled up.
Plant baby, what do you ask the trees?
I'm gonna ask if the trees know where the biggest, oldest tree is. I'm gonna ask them because we need help with something.
Excellent.
The biggest tree knows how to help.
Excellent. The tree provides you with the most helpful answer in the world. He tells you, so what? So you can cut it down too? I have seen what you've done here.
The little plant boy puts his hands on his hips. They talk about cutting all plants down. I'm plant. I don't want to be cut down. I don't like them. So
Ah,
no, I want to
yes,
help.
Yes, of course. The turncoat traitor wants happy advice since he's caught out of the loop. That's how it goes, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Herco traitor. You know if things go bad, then
You sleep with these woodcutters, these plant unrooters.
I slept outside. And also, I may be wanting to mess them up when we get back.
Oh,
Teach
tusk,
them a
tusk,
lesson.
Tusk, tusk, tusk.
So you're a smart tree.
I mean, tree politics do be like that.
Yeah, they do talk for a long time.
All I know is that I see little shrubbery who thinks he can bide himself time by conspiring with the enemy. I'll have you know that once they're done with us, they'll come for you. They'll need wood eventually.
I'm more of a vine, but you know, Part
It's-
of nature is trees fall.
Is watching
You
this.
are placating our genocide with the greatest smile upon your face, and now you want us to help you. How delightful,
I don't have the ability to stop smiling.
baby.
Like I don't think I can stop this.
All right. Well, hope your cheeks don't hurt.
There's no muscles.
Anyway, got anything else to ask, Mr. Tree? Because
Yeah, he's not exactly the most friendly tree.
I walk up to the little plant fella. So, how's talking to your friend?
Friend is a strong word.
Yeah, but you got all the information we needed, right?
Working on it. Trees take a while to talk back sometimes.
Should I help?
You literally can't.
I can threaten it.
Please don't.
my dog will eat you.
Fair enough.
I could really threaten it if it's
Actually,
Max asking you.
I don't
wolf
know what
will-
that means because I haven't learned that you do fire stuff yet, but I don't like that you're saying that.
I like that. I like the idea of the wolf like coming up to sniff the tree, and the tree's like, "Wait, no.
Not a pee joke.
But
I'm
yeah.
trying to think of what I could say to make it less pissy. It's not really genocide. They're probably doing this, pretty calmly to make sure that there's not like no trees.
You know what? Zyla. When they come for you, we'll tell them that. They'll probably leave you alone.
Leshies aren't afraid of dying because when we die, we just end up in a new body somewhere.
Yeah, sure.
That's actually in the page I was reading
tell
about
that. We'll
Leshies.
tell that to all your friends and family who are distressed over your death.
Oh my god!
My friends and family are also Leshies. We all do this.
What are we gonna see a newspaper, Safia, called the Great Lie with like a picture of a Leshy on it?
No, they actually die.
Turns out, fucking dead, baby.
Turns
Unless
out I don't reincarnate.
she was resuscitated successfully and starts screaming about the horrifying truth of the afterlife.
I do even resuscitated.
Nothing but
plants.
chainsaws.
And how do you resuscitate a plant, Zala?
Yeah.
You talk to it and you water it. Duh.
You play a little
Spoilers
Mozart.
and some.
That's actually a good question. Anyway, moving on.
Yes. Moving on. Well, the rest of you three are kind of standing around watching the plant ask questions and getting something in response, but so far, you're not really... Like, are you just going to wait here forever for this to happen? Because...
Because it
Well,
can take a while.
I mean, the plant insisted that we wait for them to get information.
I
So
didn't say
I
you-
will.
I didn't insist you
No.
wait. You can go do your own shit.
No, every time we've tried to get information, he said I could talk to plants. So I will wait.
Well, while you're waiting for the plant to get information to wait, expert, I'm gonna do some light tracking.
Tracking? What are you tracking?
Or not really tracking. I want to look for signs for them wolves on this area of the forest.
Well, as you're all busy, Greta apparently breaks off the group and starts scanning the perimeter for tracks. Alright, that'll be perception or survival. Either or will really work. So pick your poison. Because you're
Well,
just trying
I
to
can't use
find the tracks, not actually follow them.
Yeah, I can't use survival. Where's perception? Where the hell is perception?
Your skills are listed alphabetically, Claire. How'd you not notice that?
Okay, okay, so both are just a flat d20 roll. Okay, I can't. Apparently, I'm not for this. But I'm gonna do it because yeah.
You find nothing. Although you do presumably bump into several of the lumberjacks along the way as you're constantly looking down instead of ahead of yourself. Hey,
I realized that. Actually, wait a second. I just realized something. I feel stupid. Instead of doing that, I don't know why I'm looking for woods on the. I just ask a lumberjack about a big tree. Like the biggest. Is there like a big old tree that the lumberjacks haven't really think about knocking down. They want to knock it down, but it's gonna take a super long time.
Do you have any? You're just gonna ask him a polite question?
Yeah, just I got diplomacy if that like if I need to, but like, yeah, just I politely asked them, is there just some really cool tree that the lumberjacks probably talk about that they want to be the one to knock it down, but it's a bit too big for just one jack to handle?
He takes a look at you, realizes that you were probably the yin that his boss was complaining about last night. He takes his big axe, puts it in his left hand, rests it on his shoulder, and suddenly slaps you on the back like a thunderclap.
You're pretty okay.
Oh, så got him the hand from the disc. Yeah.
Oh.
I haven't used
Oh.
the spell to not let him speak English yet.
Yeah, you need to use the cast speaking common for this guy, I think.
Wait, what?
Och så the biggest tree. Oh, I know that one. Oh, you got. Oh, det är en fisk. Oh, yes. Oh, small things, reason. Yeah.
He's telling me a lot and apparently super happy to see me. Why can't I understand him?
The big gruff half orc has an endless smile as he stands over you.
What the wait, no, what's happening? Why can't he understand the
He's
orc?
not speaking common.
he's
Fu-
speaking bullshit.
F word.
Excuse me, Claire. Did you just say a swear? I'm calling the police.
Police is right here. Also, shouldn't Bella's character have like, the ability to speak all languages spell?
He scratches
Wouldn't that be
his chin
a
once
spell
more for
that
you.
caster has?
And then he points in a direction for you, Claire.
Oh, okay.
He points somewhere like directly north. He will go to the water. He will go on the water. And then
Yeah,
No.
I think I understand some of that.
he keeps pointing north. He just firmly points like a northeast, westish direction. Let me draw a line for you from where you're standing right now.
I probably have my map on me. I'm a warrior.
Just kind of
Warriors have maps.
like pointing that away.
Okay.
Tongues
Oh.
is a 3rd level spell, so no.
He tells you,
Okay.
from what you can gather, he seems to be telling you to go up until you hit the water and then go around and keep going from the direction. Or something. He says it multiple times, and every time, like, a different part of the word is audible.
I mean, I kind of get it, but I mean, this is actually more information than we had before. Unless, I mean, for all I know, like the tree's telling the same thing to my little plant friend. Anyway, I'm gonna go back and I think I give a thumbs up and thank the lumberjack.
Also,
Oh,
Bella,
she come
comprehend
last.
languages
Yeah,
is level
good drink.
1.
Ha ha.
Yep.
He makes a gesture as if he is drinking from an imaginary flagon.
I assume he's gonna drink one on me tonight. Anyway, the point is,
Maybe he's a vampire and he wants to drink you. I don't know.
it's definitely one of those. I come back and despite that whole moment being odd, then again, I'm sure it happens before. Point is, I come back to the group. Well, I'm not sure if you got information yet from this tree. I stare at the tree like I think it'll like acknowledge me in some way.
The tree has almost consistently accused you of being a traitor and all that fun stuff.
I know, it's been kind of rude.
I mean, to be fair, this tree is directly adjacent to several family members'
Yeah, once we
corpses.
get further in, I could probably find a more amenable tree.
Probably.
I see this tree is displeasing you. Anyway,
Yeah.
This
I've
tree is
just been
displeased with us, yes.
I've been watching the other half of this conversation because I can't hear, just
Increasingly
half
defensive. Increasingly
Dude,
defensive
that's-
Wait,
questions.
do I speak to in common or Sylvan?
I don't even know.
I'm assuming.
Both.
I'm assuming.
I'm like switching in and out.
I'd understand it either way.
Also, I love the idea of you like we're just watching you. And what the hell do you mean turncoat? You know what? F you.
No,
so
no.
there's
Only
one
the
pause.
other caster understands me. What do you mean traitor?
And it's like and there's like long pauses, and then suddenly the silence is broken. Oh, police!
Oh, of course he pulled that
Is
lead.
that a swear?
I didn't even know that was a curse that you guys knew.
Where are
Honestly,
you pulling these statistics?
Yeah, you look like you arranged some
You want to
shrubberies.
back that up with this? You want to back that up with a fact? with a source tree.
They are not going to replace you with plastic trees.
What is plastic?
There's
How
no
do you
great
know about this?
replacement theory.
Well, anyway, I take out a map and I point out the information that I sort of gained from the lumberjack.
You know
And
that
I
map that
repeat
you
the
picked up at the
information.
local tourist stand.
We have maps.
Be glad I'm not forcing you to map your own maps.
Wait, if I use the spell discern next of kin,
What the cock is that spell? What?
you can scan
No.
the thoughts of one individual and learn the names and locations of the target's living relatives, as well as the attitude of the target towards those relatives, and vice versa.
Okay,
Wait,
now,
that's a. You can
You
dox
could learn
people.
their family tree.
For example, you might learn that the target's father's name, that the father lives on a nearby farm, and that the target and his father don't get along.
I have one very, very straightforward question. Do you get all this information at once? Because there are a lot of trees here and they're all related.
One relative per route.
Okay,
No.
good, because otherwise you'd go insane learning so many tree names.
Dude.
I can do it as many rounds as I want, though. I can just
You-
sit there
so
and stare at the tree forever.
So you just dox people. You have a dox spell.
Kinda.
Peter Parker is
Sadly,
Spider-Man.
It doesn't seem that I can choose who I'm learning about.
Yeah, so you'd probably be browsing a bit.
And what's weird is this is just more like we're just sort of watching you do things. We're not sure what, but like stuff is happening. And my point is, I relay the information while plant stuff is happening.
No, I've gotten annoyed and given up on this one. I've told the others we'll try a different tree later.
We head
Yeah.
north. The point is, we head north apparently.
I put my hand on the plant's, spot where the head connects to the body. I don't know if there's a shoulder, but
I
I
have a
put my
shoulder. I
hand.
have arms.
Yeah, I put my hand there, and it's like, if you ever want to play good cop, good guard, bad guard, I got you. Just give the word.
Don't worry.
Plant-
I am still scared of what that means.
If you know someone you don't like, I could set them on fire for you.
You immediately evoke a trauma response in the plant as they remember exactly what fire is.
Just like goes through the whole place at once.
All right. Well, I presume you head on deeper into the woods.
Yeah,
Ye-
I'm assuming we head north because
I'm getting right on the Knoll's shoulder.
That'll help. It's a bit slow going through the thick underbrush, the gnarled roots, the bumpy, lumpy dirt. The trails
Well-
forged by animals.
and lumberjacks, I assume.
As you make your way ever northwards, you come across the sound of screeching.
Oh.
Is it
Is
from-
there a way for us to know what kind of screeching it is?
Yeah, is it like the wild animal kind of screeching, or is
It's
it like
definitely
the,
some
I've
kind
just
of-
been stabbed?
It's just some kind of animal, at the very least. It sounds a bit frantic. If you have knowledge of nature, maybe you know a bit more.
Do I? I do.
That seems like it'd be your thing.
Well, then you could almost definitely tell this sound small-ish animal, kind of like a dog, cat size thing.
Let's go help it. Wait. I'm gonna point to my little familiar. Go tell me what it is.
What is your familiar anyway?
It's a thrush. It's a thrush.
A fucking what?
A thrush, a little
Wait.
bird.
It's like, yeah, it's like a little bird.
Listen, I know you Americans love making up your imaginary bird names.
That's a British name.
I know you American British people love making up your fake bird names. Okay, that's a thrush. Gotcha. A thrush. Ooh. Oh, one of those.
Yeah, they're literally everywhere.
Thanks, Claire.
What is it in Dutch?
A lijster, which, if you want to be very literal and you know only a few Dutch words, you would probably translate as a person who lists or a lister.
Huh.
I'm not sure if
Mr.
that's
Lister.
intended. I'm not sure if it's intended, so these names are goofy.
It also gives me bonuses on diplomacy checks. So I'm gonna send it ahead of us so it can tell me what's up.
The frickin' bird, man. Going like, This is... giving Claire the dead air eye stare. Little bird flutters ahead. It is has to make a stealth check or it gets spotted because people find birds in forests extremely suspicious.
Totally.
When I go into a forest and I see a bird, I'm like, "Yep, that's a wizard spying on me. Yep, that's a wizard
Yeah,
spying
it's-
on me.
it's
fucking
Yep, that's a wizard
Animorphs.
spying on me. That swan, that's a druid.
Goddamn Andalite bandits.
It's okay to kill birds because they're all spies and they're all hired by the same wizard. He's nothing
Yeah,
but
that's
a
what
Every
wizard.
one of them.
Yeah, the COVID never actually happened. It was the lockdown was so you could change all the batteries in the pigeons.
Apparently, they're using pigeon corpses and they're using them for drones because
No,
necrograph.
they were
birds-
never real.
Yeah, that by the way, Savvy, that's a real theory that came up out of lockdown.
No, wasn't there like someone who they're like actually taking corpses or using body parts on a drone for like animal tracking purposes? I
Probably
heard
because
something
we
like
do
that
a lot of weird
recently.
things.
Not like
We do a lot of
government
weird
drones.
things
I
with
mean like
drones.
for animal tracking because it looks like a bird because it's made out of a fucking bird. I mean it looks like shit, but hey, birds don't have the greatest eyesight from that regard. Point is that it discerns that there appears to be some sort of well, it comes back eventually, and I don't think your familiar can just straight up tell you what happened, right? Your familiar is just like, I saw something look a little pain, look a little ouchy. It does, however, communicate that it didn't see anything too threatening around. Actually, can it roll spot check?
Sure, let me see what a spot is.
No, I mean the familiar is roll spot check.
Okay.
Spot check. Let me go see what its stats are like for
Excuse
that.
me, a thrush is on this familiar list? No,
Yeah, that was why I chose it.
but you can't choose something that's not on it because of specifics. You can get a centipede. Wow. Or an Archaeopteryx. What?
That's
Yeah,
all.
Here's the
Archaeopteryx.
thing. Like a centipede would be the most unsubtle familiar ever. Just seeing one puts people at unease.
I'm evil. That's why I have a centipede, and he loves telling me stories about.
So
how
it needs
he
a stealth check.
He needs to make a perception check to see what he sees. It should be a +5 unless it uses your modifier and it's higher or something.
It uses mine or higher.
Then use yours. Don't add the modifier. Just roll the dice and tell me the modifier so I can smart about myself.
Okay.
Which is a polite way of saying please don't fiddle around with the game too much. Although to be fair, adding modifier is just as easy as double clicking and adding a 6 to a thing. So, all right, let's take a look. See,
It's 21.
Gosh, I think it's hilarious. What because fun fact, the D0 I think was still made for 3.5. We're in the early days here. Before Pathfinder was probably was in development by the time. I don't know when they drives men to think, doesn't it? Let's see. Your bird spots an individual sitting in the bushes nearby as well. So it kind of comes back, and when it starts talking to you, you kind of get out that there's some sort of dog-like creature in a trap, and some sort of dude sitting nearby. Something that makes him scared, and something that makes him go, "That's ouch, oof, ow, my leg."
Okay, I'm gonna point at the knoll that I'm sitting on the shoulder of. There's like a guy, and he's like hiding. There's like a hurt doggo. So I wanna help the doggo, but first I wanna make sure the guy's not gonna hurt us. That sounds smart. I don't know how we do this. I don't do fights.
We do it simply. We approach the man with a hurt dog. And if the man tries to hurt us, we hurt the man. Then we help the dog.
That sounds like a plan. Let's go do that.
Yeah.
Wait, weren't you approaching the man with the hurt dog?
That's what the knoll said. They said there was the person that was hiding and made my bird scared, and I said to look out for that one.
Well, you're still a distance away from the scream, so odds are whoever's hiding there doesn't even know you're here yet.
We'll approach a little closer, and then those who are a bit quieter, Which is that anyone here?
I get +4 on stealth rolls while I'm in the forest,
Well, okay, now
so I
I'm
have
just gonna.
+5.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be real here. Is there a reason that we want you sneaking up into nature?
Probably.
Okay, I mean just because I mean, you know, but yeah, we'll just approach a little quietly, see what's up.
Yeah, sure, Claire. Quietly. See
Well, I'm gonna approach
what's
quietly.
up.
Yeah,
Just
I'll try to be quiet, but I'm also in like a bright red like mage
You
outfit.
guys stay back, and I'll go see what's up.
Sneaky, 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 sneak, sneak. Who's sneaking up?
Me,
What's the rest doing?
probably holding back. To see
What
happens.
approximate distance are you holding back?
I think like I'll get like around like 60 feet ish there, but like any closer then that'll be for the plant.
Or wherever you can get, cover so he doesn't see you.
Yeah, just like hiding in a bush with like bow prepped.
Marvelous. All right, little plant boy. You scoot up nice and close, sneaking in. Give me
Mhm.
some of that stealth. Give me some of that sneaky sneak.
14.
14.
Yep.
Okay. Unfortunately, the animal's located inside of like a small clearing, but you do manage to get close without seemingly anyone giving a shit. You don't hear anyone jump out and scream. No birds are attacking you. No vines are suddenly whipping at your ankles and throwing you around.
Again. Dad.
So yeah, you're at the edge of the clearing, hiding out in some low underbrush. You're at the edge of the water as well, and you see this small fox creature stuck inside of a trap.
I want him.
To be specific, it's a small fox with large ears and wispy patches of flaming colored fur around its paws.
Oh my god, I want him more.
Its hind leg is stuck inside of a crude iron spring trap. Like big claws are hanging onto it. Nom nom.
In character, out of character, kill this man.
I can ask the bird where the guy was.
Excellent. Well, the bird will probably like tilt its head in a direction opposite of you. So I imagine that you've been trying to sneak away from him.
Well, I was trying to see what he's up to.
Oh wait. What is this? What is this body part?
That's a foot.
What? The roof of the mouth. The roof of the mouth?
The
What
palate?
do you mean the palate?
How are the players supposed to see that he has a prodigious cleft palate? Or is
Oh,
this like
cleft
Oh,
palate
those
is
can be
like-
noticeable if it's big enough.
Yeah, it's
holy fucking
if you
shit,
have a-
Paizo? Did you write about a really? Wow, Paizo. Thanks for the stereotyping. Love it. Not like cleft
Wait.
chin and lip people have to contend with enough already.
Wait, don't tell me this is like gonna be another like family of evil hillbilly.
No, God fucking damn it, Claire.
I'm just saying that happened that one time, and it was really weird.
It was really weird, and it also technically had nothing to do with the rest of the adventure.
That's why I brought it up because it was like it just happened.
The actual adventure was about a fucking riverboat with casino on it and a dam full of evil trolls and giants. But for some reason, there was also just some random hillbillies. Oh yeah, there was the fortress, but like for some reason, there was also a hillbilly house. It was full of traps and garbage, and they just burnt it down. I think.
And we were through in like one session.
I
They
mean,
weren't even all that tough.
They weren't even all that. I mean, to be fair, it's not like you guys weren't doing it. Anyway, the point is, there's a lovely fellow sitting there in the bushes. You are now aware of his location because you're looking straight at him, and you have like all the time in the fucking world to see him. And unlike him, who's like sitting with like a little bushes sticking out of his head, you are a plant, so you blend in perfectly, especially when a bird's sitting on your head.
Yeah, the bird is just there.
Tweet tweet.
Also, you're small, so
I am small.
don't forget to add that to your height checks. I think it's like 2. Get a +2 bonus.
Okay, so
Sorry, I said
Oh,
height
yeah.
checks, but technically speaking, it's stealth.
Same difference.
Excuse me, someone is going to arrest me if I don't say. Oh no, it's still +4. Yeah, you have
we
a
get
plus.
more +4.
You have big +4
Wait, so I have +4 from being small,
from being baby.
and I have +4 from being in the forest. I actually have +8.
I mean, to be fair, you are a tiny plant boy.
Yeah, so actually I didn't roll 14. I rolled 18.
I was gonna. Anyway, the point is, what do you do from your current position? You have to expose yourself if you want to get that thing, and even if you're hidden now, it's unlikely that he'll just let someone take the bait away. If it is
Wait,
meant to be bait.
how far is it in the clearing? Like, if we're like
How far
hiding.
across would it be?
Probably enough that it would be at least a move action, like 30-ish feet. It's a pretty wide clearing.
Ah.
Again, you're near the water. Most of the trees are not going to go in there.
Okay. So I picked up this spell for a reason. This was the one I chose for the day.
If you pick that fucking skeleton spell, I'm banning it immediately.
Wait, which skeleton spell?
Tell me more.
Because I know there's like restore corpse. Is a skeleton one available?
No, there's a stupid spell that rattles people's bones.
Oh.
What is that?
Bone shaker.
Bone Shaker. There you go.
Is that level 1?
Bone Shaker is a dumbass spell. You get it at
I
level
don't have
second
that
level,
at level 1.
second level
Yeah.
spell.
I'm gonna remember this. I'm not gonna use it.
Okay, so here's what it does. It rattles their skeleton, causing grievous harm. They take 3d6 damage, plus 1d6 for every 2 cast levels you have, and you get to move them around a little bit.
That's so fucked.
It's
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it. The fun fact is that if it's an undead, they don't take damage, but you get to move them around instead.
That's enough. That's insane.
Okay.
Anyway, well, unless you want to rattle some...
What site are you using?
Sleep.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You're casting sleep? Fine. Then I will retaliate. With my card, counterspell. Throw it on the
No.
table.
We're on a blue
No,
deck.
wait, no, excuse me. Force of will. Casting it with life points.
God damn it. Also, okay, then force of will.
God damn it, force of will!
Force of will.
Force of will!
Swan song.
Fine, we're going for the playset. Force of will!
Swan song.
God damn it!
Negate works on creature spells, Claire.
Alright. Let's see. It causes magical slumber upon 4 hit dice of creatures. Lovely. Will save. Lovely. Alright, well, you can cast it. Oh, one problem, though. This is an abracadabra, abracazoo kind of spell.
So he'd notice.
You definitely start noticing you flailing your arms around and yelling.
Wait, how is sleep not a stealth spell?
No spells are stealth spells, Claire, because that would break what magic's supposed to be for.
Right.
Do you really want stealth wizards casting sleep on you while you sleep?
That's.
I mean, I could just try talking to him, I guess.
You could try talking to him, or you could hope that your spell casting doesn't drag his attention, because in case you didn't know, if someone just starts casting a spell in the woods, you'd probably be confused for a moment more than anything. Like the surprise round would let you cast a spell, effectively.
I'm just gonna talk to him.
I mean,
It's probably smarter.
I mean, you should
Hey,
remember that you
buddy.
can get the spell off before he gets to act, because again, you have the element of surprise and doesn't know what the fuck's going on. But on the other hand, you'd also lose your ability to talk to him if he makes a save. So it comes from two sides. Which you really want to talk to him?
I'm gonna try to talk to him.
All right, parlay it is. Let's take a look. See what's this guy's
Parlay.
Okay, how do you parlay with him? How do you present yourself?
I'm gonna come out, hands up, not like, not try to be all intimidating. Also, I'm trying to figure out how many bonus spells I can cast at my charisma level.
Odds are you can cast 1 extra first level spell.
Okay, because it's the same as a sorcerer's list for bonus spells. Oh,
Okay.
there's the table. I found it.
No, if you mean like the bonus spell slot table, you have a +1 unless you have a 20. Like I know that thing from the top of my head.
Yeah, I get one for each other up to 3rd level. Okay.
Yeah. The scale as I remember it, and it's pretty easy to remember, is that you always get sets of 4. So you get 4 bonuses of 1. So when you hit 5, it slides over, and then you get the slide of 2. So for most player characters, it's easy to remember. So yes, you have extra bonus spells. What do you say your charisma was?
I'm going out. My charisma is 16.
Cool. Well, you got a bonus spell. What do you want to do? How do you present yourself?
You go out, hands up, and be like, "Hey, I know you're over there. not trying to start a fight. Wearing my orange vest. Please don't Dick Cheney me. I don't
Oh,
know who that is.
Quick question: how much like stuff are you carrying? Like how
Not a lot.
if say someone was a bandit, how like appealing would you look?
Not very.
Yeah, I had that image in mind of you just kind of walking around barefoot and everything.
I mean, you got maybe little pouches if that's
I've
appealing
got
to
a couple
bandit.
little pouches, but not
Yeah,
like
you have,
anything
you
that
have
looks like
little
it'd be
pouches.
laden with coin or anything.
The problem is everything they would have would be like little stuff, just like
And
really
also, it's all
tiny.
like natural.
You hear nothing but little grumble grumble coming from the woods. And he tells you politely, "You better skedaddle. I got no patience and time for a small fry."
I want the fox.
No, 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 unless you want to take his place. He ain't going.
What are you using him for? Why do you have a fox just like here? This is mean.
Well, the thing is still screaming. Although it is
I
a
know.
little terrified since you've decided to come out. Since,
Yeah, and I'm not happy about this.
well, what do you think I need it for? You want to catch a big fish, you need a small fish.
This isn't a fish.
You're raising a lot of arguments for someone in bow range. He gives you the plain and simple thing that, it's not supposed to be literal.
Oh.
What the hell am I talking to a shrub for?
I also still want the thing to happen where he looks at it and goes, "What the hell is that?"
So I'm gonna step a little closer. I'm within like 25,
Step a
30
little
feet.
closer.
I'm gonna, since I have that bonus spell, I'm gonna like, I have my hands up. I'm gonna do some like movements while I'm talking to him, saying I don't want to fight anybody. And because it only requires thematic components, I'm gonna cast Peace Bond on his weapon.
Excuse me? What's peace bond? Let me
His
hear.
weapon doesn't work for the next minute.
What does that mean?
Is that a specific weapon or a specific person that it affects?
Person.
I found it. Peace bond. One sheathed or slung weapon. Well, he has his bow out, but he probably has some sort of backup.
But how? It's so weird. Okay.
Listen, I need you to think about this, Claire. What happens if the guy who has a ranged weapon can't use his ranged weapon? I mean, what if like
he'll-
everyone gangs up on top of him? Like, what is he gonna do?
And then, once I do that, Null friend, arrest this man.
Okay, so you're casting a spell. There's a will save on the object, but I think that's only for magic items. So you cast the spell upon him. He's starting to get up because he's like, "Ugh, you're getting in the way of my plan. You're dragging the wrong kind of attention." You see the weapon upon his body. You also see this tall, towering hobgoblin. The hobgoblins are big. They're tall folk, especially compared to you. They're muscular. They got big strength scores. He stands over you. You notice that he has two birds in like the trees that like descend down upon his shoulders.
You get two birds?
He has two birds,
He has-
but they aren't
he has two
familiars by the
birds.
looks of it. They are trained animals. So
Look at my
well-
bird, like, this is
well-
bullshit.
you begin
While
to
I'm
cast.
hiding in the bush, I'm gonna try to cast mage armor on myself. Just like
I mean,
There's like this bright
Sure.
flashbang from the bush.
so listen, Bella.
The yell.
I'm gonna give it to you straight. You
Mm.
probably aren't going to get attacked.
Ah.
Not immediately, at least. So just giving you maybe be a little more conservative with your spell.
okay.
Come on, it's a first level spell. It lasts an hour. It'll be gone before you get anywhere important. Zyla. You cast your spell. Abracadabra, abracazoo. You yell at your friends. He laughs at you. It's like, what are you trying to do? Magic? I don't feel any different. And he takes his little bow. Whoop. All right.
Why the fuck can't I grab my bow? This is weird. Am I Aragon? I have to string my bow?
Okay. Well, that'll be in a hot second, as they say in some countries. Everyone gets to roll me some initiativo.
Okay.
Hobgoblin.
I'm +1, I think, on mine.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'm +1.
Great job, Ella.
2. Also, I need to get my token made.
Okay.
That's plus 2 as well.
Everyone's got initiativo.
I'll have my token ready for the next time.
All right, Zala, you had a 2.
2. I beat Bella.
Okay, cool. I'm very smart. I just realized I can right-click and make things work.
And it looks like Claire is the party. Rolled a 17.
Which
So dizzy.
die with Dizzy.
With the
Thanks,
+2 to
Isla.
mine, so.
I mean, thanks, Claire. Sorry.
I was gonna say you're welcome.
Claire is a big dummy. Bubba. What's his initiative? Oh, I love that the dice tray comes with. Oh, he actually goes way first. So you might get shot with an arrow. I hope you don't mind getting shot by an arrow. I imagine you do. But he laughs at you as your spell goes off, but he's had enough. He doesn't care about you or your survival. He knocks an arrow and loosens it. Little baby man, what's your armor class?
Not very good. Let's see. 13, I think.
Take 5 damage as you are shot with an arrow.
Ow.
Your juices begin to leak. You are hit like a watermelon.
I thought he couldn't actually shoot with.
Yeah, I thought I peace bonded his bow.
You can't peace bond a weapon that is not sheathed or slung. It needs. Read the spell, man.
Seth said you were gonna
The quiver.
sheath bond the.
That's not a weapon, technically speaking.
Technically, the arrows are a weapon.
It's ammunition.
Technically speaking, yes, you can use arrows as daggers. But you would still only affect one.
What a weird spell.
It is a very weird
But
spell. That's almost.
It's good for swords and axes. and
Also,
stuff
it's
like that.
actually a spell that does only have somatic opponents, funnily enough. So you could use this under more stealthy circumstances.
Huh.
Point is, it's not meant to just shut someone down. It's meant to, like, I don't want that thing involved anymore. So, yes.
The hex version of it actually prevents them from drawing arrows.
Wait. The hex version of it. How many hexes do you have?
No, I'm not saying that's it. It's just that I saw it when I looked it up.
There's a hex version of.
Yeah, peace bond's supernatural. The witch can use it, and it actually prevents them from drawing arrows.
God damn it. What's going on with the spell?
So it's everything else about it's the same spell. So would that carry over?
Yes.
mm.
If you want to take back the spell casting, since you didn't know that apparently, I'll let you do it.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Then what do you do instead? Because then we aren't in initiative, but we're keeping it for now.
That gives me my HP back. So instead, I guess I'll just do the sleep one because those are my 2 first level spells.
Abraca sleep.
We heard like the rewind VHS and
All right. Well,
we
he
hear
is a
Zyla go. That won't work.
he is a mighty will save of +1. You standn't a chance. Excellent.
Yeah, about that.
I did say standing, not didn't.
And it is a burst. So anyone within 10-foot radius of him that
The
up
birds
to
on his
the
shoulders, you mean?
mound. Yep.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. I mean, to be fair, they are trained animals. They probably don't give a shit. Let's take a look-see. Well, I think the birds make it, but I don't think the birds were given command to attack. And I know, right, that so many goddamn people go, oh, well, the wolf still attacks you anyway because it's, it's a trained animal. No, that's not how trained animals work.
One
Yeah,
of
the
those
birds-
birds doesn't make it, by the way.
Really?
Well-
Even with a 15?
Birds just look at him and go, he's sleepy now.
Because they
Let
both
me
get
see here.
they both got a +2 on that save. Because
Okay.
Well-
So the save is okay. It's 15
13.
for me, so they make it.
Okay. The birds upon his shoulders. They look like oversized rooks, jagged beaks, and unkept oily black feathers. They're quite sizable, but technically speaking, what do you do with the sleeping guy is the real question. Because no one's gonna wake him up unless you do.
Oh, that's their problem now. I'm going to help the fox.
Everyone
I can
else, you
help.
hear your friend cast a magical spell. What do you do about that?
But then you hear thump.
I
Oh.
rush up.
Yeah,
I
I couldn't see whatever the threat was to shoot at it, so
And you see me just casually walking to the fox.
You see
Yeah.
a man sleeping on the ground, and 2 birds are kind of like jumping on his head.
Beep, beep.
they're flying around him in a circle like he's unconscious.
Guy's mean. Go do
Tweet,
something.
tweet, tweet, tweet. All right, little baby
Uh,
man, what are you doing with the little baby fox?
I'm gonna try to figure out how to get him out.
I could help with that.
Okay.
Finger guns.
So
I cast open close.
open close.
Yeah.
I saw that was a spell and I don't get it. No, I do get open and shut, but I don't
Open
get
or
the one you
close a
have.
chest box with a barrel or other container. If anything resists this activity, the spell fails. Unfortunately, traps like this are not meant to just open, so
right.
it
Damn it.
resists.
Oh, I forgot that part.
Yeah, it takes
Oh, then.
it's a DC 14 strength check to get this rusty trap to let go. I know what you little
Well,
mins are
then I
trying to
cannot
do.
help.
Greta, you're standing over an unconscious hobgoblin. This fine green fellow is dropped his bow and there's like a couple of arrows spilling out of his quiver. He's covered in mud and twigs. What do you do with him?
Well, he's kind of taken care of at the moment. Is there
Tie
any...
him up.
Yeah, we tie him up while the birds kind of, I guess, hop around on him.
Oh wait. Quick
I'm
question.
assuming he.
Is it locked on or is it just a strength
It's
thing?
probably just like a bear trap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we could try to strength check it together. Neither of us are good at that, but maybe Dizzy can help.
How
My
about
arms
you?
are small, but I can help.
Or you all could tie up the fella you put to sleep. I'll get the.
That's your
file.
job.
Oh, okay. But I'll tie up the dude then. Just a big ol' yeen over here with big ol' yeen hands.
You're pretty
Yeah.
sure that if you get your helping hands from your friendly local samurai, you could just take 10 on this check. Otherwise, you'd be fumbling around until you get 20. Or you roll good on your first
Yay.
roll.
Take
Yeah.
10.
I'm helping.
Careful, Claire. With the help of your friend, the two of you grab one side each and pull the jagged claws apart. The little fox hops out, but you can tell that between the pain and the fact that it's now lost use of one of its legs, to some extent, it's, kind of hops.
I want to do medicine.
Aren't you busy tying up some dude?
No,
I'm tying him up.
Clara's. I said Clara to do that.
Wasn't Claire and the samurai just taking care of the trap?
No, the three of us were, and I said, and Claire went to go do the hobgoblin.
All right. Hey, samurai, what's your samurai? Actually, no, you don't need a +2 strength. You're probably handle this. All right. Do you have any handle animal?
I do.
Like, what
I
more-
don't, so you can help with that.
Do you have heal the skill?
I have heal, yeah. I
Do
took
you
it.
have a healer's kit?
I forgot to set up my basic gear, but I figured I'd take it since I was going to be the one to help heal.
I hope so. The fuck? Oh, I'm on the wrong page. It's handle animal. I'm looking for heal. All right. Well, you can give me some heal checks. See if you can figure out what's wrong with this animal and help it before it tries to scurry off.
Okay, so I have +7 on this.
Wait,
So,
does open close not work on-
26.
You only need a 14. You bandage up the wound. It'll probably be fine, but in its current state, it's still pretty easy pickings. Claire, roll me. Use rope. Oh, no, it doesn't exist anymore. Aw.
Yeah, they took that out in Pathfinder.
You know, there's a reason use rope was a skill. I put my little hands in my little size. It's almost like
This shit.
it's almost like ropes were very important for adventurers, for tying people up and climbing things. And just saying that Intuit
Back in
Direction was a
Safi.
separate skill because of reasons. It's just-
Bapping the Safi.
they were skills because it was an underground. It was an
Bapping
underground
the
dungeon
Safi.
game, so underground.
I'm bapping the Safi.
I'm
Sad
bapped. I want to talk about the side
We
priorities.
could talk
I'm
about this in
bapping
a
the
bit.
Safi.
Okay, fine. Well, the animal's taken care of. It'll heal faster than without it, but it's still injured and limping. Oh, I could just check its escape artist. It probably has, like, where they put it nowadays. The binders... apparently CMB is now used for this. What's your CMB, Claire? That's base attack plus strength plus any size if you have, which I don't think you do. Claire.
Claire, you're probably muted again.
God fucking
Sorry.
damn it, Claire.
Okay. You asked me about rope.
You know, we'll just say tie him up for now, Pat. You take
Sorry,
care of
like,
the smelly man
like
and his
am-
birds who probably try to peck at you a little bit, but aren't that invested about it.
Yeah, I got ambushed by a very odd message, so it took me a little aback.
No.
Anyway,
Did the message say you had a big butt?
no, it was about. I'm not gonna get into it. Anyway, so I assumed he was trapping. He had some rope with him, so you know.
Probably. You liberate from his
But yeah.
back some rope. And use it on him in a bitter twist of cruel irony.
Suck it, dude.
Laugh at his situation. Well, you have this fox. What are you gonna do with him? What are the three you're gonna do with this little baby man?
Just see if they're doing okay.
Pat, pat. Pat, pat.
Well, you've wrapped up his wounds, so that's taken care of.
Yeah, and I want to try to see if we can convince it to stay with us so we can help it. Because I can't heal it right now.
Well, for now, it's not exactly in a position to really struggle, since it's been in that trap for a while, judging by how the wound looks. As in, it's starting to heal in some places. You kind of have to scrape off the old crusts so that it can heal properly instead of around the injury. You can probably just take it with you without it putting up too much of a fight. It'll take a week or
Just try to
something.
keep it with us.
It'll take a week or something to heal, but by then it'll probably decide if it even wants to stick around or not.
I can just heal it later anyway.
Just notice a weird change between Pathfinder and 3.5. The Pathfinder Hobgoblin uses a longbow, but 3.5 one uses javelins. I don't know why they changed that. That feels like a weird thing to fix it on.
Isn't that like a legacy thing that they use longbow? Like they've always used longbows.
No, the 3.5 basic sheet says... Well, the 3.5 basic sheet also says warrior, so maybe that's the change. Because longbows are expensive, so if you're building by currency, you can't just do that. Rules have reasons, and reasons have rules.
Anyways, so we got this guy tied up.
You've acquired a fox.
And yes, I have.
Fox acquired.
How big of a fox is it?
It's like the size of a small dog, pretty much.
I love
So
him.
it's very fox.
I get look at my bird that's on my head. It's like, you got a friend now.
It's about as big to you as the wolf is to Greta.
I love him.
Wow.
He's my friend forever.
So what are you doing with,
Also,
with the guy and the birds? Because, well,
should we ask him if you've seen a big tree?
We could probably ask him about also the werewolves. He's not in a good position to say no right now.
And
Werewolves.
let's move him into the middle of the clearing.
Next to the trap.
I mean, you just opened it. Haven't rearmed it yet.
Someone else would have to do that. I don't know how.
Good dang it. You spent some time rearming the trap. Well, he's only asleep for like a minute, so... Before too long...
I just plug some sticks. Just like,
Yeah, by the time you're done applying all the first aid and everything, he'll be woken up.
Yeah.
What's all that? You little sneak. Should have shot you when I had the chance.
I had many chances to do things to you first.
also, you're really mean to animals.
You are very mean. I don't like you.
What do you mean mean to animals? It's an animal.
Half of my friends are all my friends are animals, and I'm a plant.
You heard that, Beat and Gwen? You're not friends.
I mean,
Wait, what are you?
I think they meant in terms of being made of meat.
Yeah,
Being
that
made
I
of
meant
meat.
Kingdom Animalia.
Peoples is animals.
They
I think
are.
I think we're getting off track. What were you doing with this fox here?
I already told your little friend what I was planning to do with him. Put him in the trap, wait until something goes, tasty treat, or some dumbass like you comes by. Then I shoot him and eat them both.
And how'd that work out for you?
Well, I'm going to assume that you're decent people who don't eat other people.
And I'm gonna assume. And I take one of his arrows that spilled out and I cut the string on his bow. I'm assuming that.
Well, that's just unnecessarily cruel.
Yep.
Also, Greta is sort of like kind of looks at the
He
samurai.
starts the
and-
combat by stringing his bow.
Yeah, like I'm starting to get the impression that this fella is
A jerk.
a little more than a jerk, but probably one of the dangers of
Greta
this
gets bonus
forest.
points for acknowledging that someone who talks like that probably is more than a
Yeah.
Gonna eat your socks.
Which, given that says Greta, like, stands up, there really isn't a reason to keep him alive.
Hey, I'm not gonna
Unfortunately, you have a
let
samurai.
I'm not gonna let you kill someone who's tied up and unarmed.
Exactly.
It's not exactly kosher.
You can fight him in a
Well,
duel, I guess.
Gre-
Like if you wanna execute this man, you've got to untie him.
Greta sort of shrugs, but also, she seems to sort of agree. I will state that leaving him tied up in the woods would probably be a bit more cruel.
He's a dick.
Actually, she just sort of like relents and looks at the hobgoblin. Which do you prefer?
Wait, so the options are you murder him or you leave him in
Yeah.
the woods.
Well, no,
Tied up.
or a duel was suggested for or whatever, or like
Yeah,
'Cause,
I'm
uh,
saying
I
if
mean,
you
we
want,
could just
if you
ask
want
for
to kill
information
him,
and let him go.
Oh,
He's
he's perfectly willing to take a duel if that's what you want.
he's a bandit who just opportunistically gets whatever he wants to eat people and or animals or whatever he can grab. He probably just grabbed the foxes. It was the first thing that got in the trap.
I don't understand how you people treat animals. You're all weird.
Monkey.
I mean, hell, you could probably ask one of the trees here, and they would probably tell you the same story.
So, kids, what's the plan?
I don't know. I'm letting them handle this.
yeah, I'd like crouch down next to him and go like,
You
"Do
don't
you have
have
any?"
to crouch. You're small size.
I'm doing it anyway.
I'm crouched.
It's symbolic. Okay. It's the fact that I have to look down on him, and I'm looking down on him from an equal footing. It's a symbolic gesture.
All right. So
I'm
what do
going
you
to
tell him?
ask him if he knows the directions to the oldest tree in the forest.
He knows of a house nearby, but that's about it.
Would a hag happen to live at this house?
Oh, he knows better than to knock on random houses in woods.
I mean, that's the
That-
smartest thing you
that's-
said all day.
Yes, that's true.
You
Listen,
know what?
when you're-
Okay.
When you're an evil cannibal bandit, you don't knock on people's houses because anyone could be an evil cannibal bandit like you. Because in case you missed it, he did talk about eating passerbys as much as animals.
This is why I suggest the whole, getting rid of him thing, but
I'm
put a
already
stick
wandering
in his
off to go talk
pocket.
to trees. I lost track of this short-lived flesh thing already.
looks at the looks at the little plant creature wander off. I sometimes wish I could have what they have.
I put a stick in the hobgoblin's pocket.
A stick?
Yeah, just a stick.
Wow.
I don't know what you are.
Well, you sure put a stick in his pocket. There's nothing he can do about it.
That'll show him.
Just like, what up?
Is this gonna be one of those moments where he gets up and it's gonna be like one of those age-old lessons? All you have to do is not pursue us, and he pulls out the stick and then explodes.
Pulls out a stick, lands a critical hit, instantly kills Bella.
Also, remember, I'm technically immortal.
Your hubris led to your downfall, Bella. Giving him
Look
a
at the
stick.
stick!
Bella says, you did all you had to do was not attack us, but you grabbed that stick as the nearest weapon because I gave it to you. Well, you know what that means. And then the little plant creature stops and turns. Penalty game.
God damn it, Pharaoh.
Okay, but what
And-
are you gonna do with him? Come on.
Yeah, you guys figure out what you're doing.
Yeah, what you doing? Because I'm just watching.
Well, the samurai's
if-
not letting me kill him.
The samurai's going for a duel, and he said he's okay with that. He's a cannibal. Let him do it, Claire.
He'll totally
I
not cheat.
mean,
I totally will.
if you guys are leaving, we can just leave him.
Just do the
I-
duel already.
I gave you my options of what I think.
We learned about the house. Just do it.
The renegade and patriot button appear.
Paragon.
Yeah, right. Paragon.
Patriot.
You just become a fucking hard right podcaster.
Well, that's when you discuss like how it's his right to eat people.
But just let it happen.
Yeah, just let it
Let's
happen.
do this already.
All right. So you get him up. You set him up for a duel.
And I'm just watching.
What do you do to make sure he doesn't run away the second you untie him?
I literally
Well,
just tell
he'd
him
be
I will-
murdered by the knoll.
Yeah, we'll kill him if he runs away.
I just tell him very quick, very carefully. I can throw this very accurately.
There's
I point
strict
them at
rules
you.
to a duel. If you agree to a duel and then run away,
You die.
anything goes.
Well, you know what? He'll humor you. He thinks you're just a little runt anyway. He just goes scoff, scoff, huff, huff, puff, puff. He wants an ornament with which to fight you.
Does he have a sword, he said?
He probably had a sword and shield because hobgoblins like to go whole hog.
Who has a sword?
Well,
I-
he has that. We
he
just
ha-
give him his own weaponry.
Give him his own
Yeah.
weapon back. Well, he stands there with sword and shield, and he looks at the little guy, lady. All right, a duel it is.
I walk over to watch.
I'm gonna roll some initiative. Just watch me. Watch me do it. 14.
I fold my hands and watch.
Normally in a duel like this, there would be a bit more setup. There'd be more like glaring each other down and everything, but he just goes the second the opportunity is there. So, Gwendolyn,
I activate
initiative.
misfortune.
Now, unfortunately,
There's no limit on how often I can do these.
unfortunately, your samurai buddy has a supernatural sense for law, because if they're gonna get anything, they're gonna get the power to know that someone's getting cheated
Oh,
in a duel at least.
Aw.
you might want to hold it back then.
Might
Yeah,
want to.
Don't get involved,
All right, Gwendolyn, can I get your initiative, please?
Gwendolyn.
Sorry. Why Gwendolyn? Because my head's all mixed up. That's why. Because Gwendolyn looks like the kind of person to start shit. Go Hart.
They are the person that's going to start shit.
Well, a samurai has been hired. Let's put him to use. The hobgoblin. I love that he's called pesky. I love the adjectives. They're nice and cute.
Mm.
He walks in, and the first thing he does is he just throws his foot against the ground to kick some dust into your eyes. And since you're so low down, it's a lot easier than usual with him. Within
Oh,
seconds,
need the help.
No.
within seconds, he's defied all the rules of your little duel game. You get some dust in your eyes. You're squinting. Ugh. What do you do on your turn?
Well, there's that nice 19 just rolled.
Trust not your eyes, Obi-Wan.
Hart. He's coming for you still. He's still got that sword. He's holding it over his head with two hands. Shield at abandon.
Well, I assume the challenge is implied, but I'm going to.
If you have challenge, it just auto kicks in because that's the nature of the fight.
Yeah, it's a duel. Just. What could I suppose if I have sand in my eyes, I need to roll some kind of. What's it called?
Mischance? No, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You're basically just dazzled for a round.
Alright. Well, I'm just gonna get in with my sword. Get in with the sword.
Like you're not gonna
Do
miss
you a
someone.
sword for me?
You're not gonna miss someone who's striding straight towards you with a sword over his head. Like I don't know how you can miss a guy that's twice your height.
Yeah.
Ow! My ankles! You
Pretty
strike with your
good.
blade with great strength and zeal. Let him have it.
And I think it is just +1 from strength. Unless there's more to that. Maybe I'm doing math wrong.
I think you get an extra
Like-
+1 from your level.
Okay, so it would be +2.
Well, you certainly. I love how you roll a 2 on a d10. But
Yep.
it's 40% chance, by the way. No, 20. Yeah. I'm dumb. Throw me off a cliff. I'm done. Actually, 30 because it's nope. No, yeah, 20 because yeah. Why am I doing so much math? The hobgoblin feels the cut on his leg, the big bounce against it. But luck has it that the wound is merely superficial, for he still has hit points left. He brings down the longsword two-handedly with a loud battle cry. You catch his
Oh,
blade
very
with
good.
yours. I imagine you have armor class 13 at least.
Yeah, I have 18.
You're small and everything. You catch his pathetic effort to slice at you, but his cowardly ways strengthen your resolve. Even though you cannot properly see him, you do catch his. You do throw it aside and open him up for another strike.
Second Jedi.
Everyone else, what
So
are you?
one step.
Are you keeping at bay as it seems like things are slowly escalating?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not allowed to use misfortune, even though no one knows I can do that.
like I'm sticking close, but I'm not getting in the way. I'm just like cheering, like, yeah, get him in the leaves.
I'm
Get him in the Yankees. All right then.
I'm Raven Stalwart, and also
And
calculating if I can
out of
behead him with
curiosity,
machine-
the Leshy is in fact asking the Knoll why you guys ritualize murdering each other.
Well, it's not necessarily murder, is the point.
He
Yeah.
counts it.
Heart.
Well, get him. That's probably not good enough.
That is in fact not good enough. You glance off of his armor once more. This time without any effect.
Just clanging sword against sword.
You know what? You know what? He's not gonna go sword versus sword like this. You're small. You're just a little man when it comes down to it. So instead, he does a little grabby with his hands on you.
Dishonor.
That's Vegeta's
You
technique.
get an attack of opportunity because the next thing he does is he goes in for a swing, but as he completes it, he drops his sword and immediately just reaches for your neck. I don't think you can do enough damage to not kill him with this blow, or at least bring him down to below 0. So yes.
It's got to be one of those samurai moments where I just dash forward and put the sword away and he falls down.
As he reaches for you with a
Yeah.
lunge.
I've been looking for a gift for that.
Because in case
Thank
you don't know, people at sword range they are at sword range. They're not at armor's reach. He has to dash forwards to actually get his hands on you. As he does, you indeed respond in kind. But hit him in the gut, right where the breastplate ends. Can you roll me damage to see just how mucked up he is?
He's pretty mucked up. He's
Okay. How much is that? I mean, I think it's negative con in Pathfinder, so he's still alive, but he's like on the brink. You hear him gurgling. He's also unconscious because he's below 0 and everything. He was at 2 hit points, so combine that. Oof. Oof.
He's pretty bad off.
He's very bad off. Well, he's. What do you do with him now? Are you gonna leave him to bleed out, or whatever fate has in mind for him? Considering he still gets to roll to stabilize and everything.
Ooh,
I'll just
let him roll to
execute him with honor.
stabilize.
I think we should like actually help him out with that. Like
Wh-
we can leave him untied and wounded, but
He's
Saving
dying.
him is actually dishonorable in the terms of a duel.
Yeah.
And also he's he's like he's
Yeah.
literally dying. Like
He agreed his
Oh,
life
fair
or his
enough.
honor.
He's lost his honor, so if you guys want to stabilize him, you can do so. But
So
I cast
does he-
spark on the stick.
He said it. I'll be
Fucking
honest.
cool.
I'll be honest. That's a little hardcore there.
Yeah,
Bella.
I think that's kind of an evil move right there, Bella.
Oh, okay, I won't do spark on the stick.
You can,
you
set
don't
him,
yeah.
feel
you can set him on fire after he's executed as a cremation.
So yeah, does he stabilize?
I mean, that's up to you. Right now, nothing's happened yet. He's just on the ground gurgling. Like that's the last thing that's actually happened.
Because if he does, I have bleed.
So Hart, what do you do? It's kind of your duel. Committing the
I
execution?
mean, yeah, like I'm
Chop.
finishing him off. He lost a duel.
That is actually proper in Japanese terms for
It's
samurai.
also a greater honor than he deserves, considering his ways. But hey, it is your honor that truly stands on the line in that case.
The biggest dishonor would be to leave him alive, but cripple one of his arms so he can't fight, because then he can't be a warrior anymore.
Well, that's just the
Yeah.
rudest thing.
But hey, I treat my opponents with respect.
Even if he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, even if he's a big weenie.
Well, if anything, you've proven the superiority of your own stance on matters. So hey, marvelous. You've
And he
resolved
did
this.
it without getting hurt.
You've resolved this minor dispute, or whatever dispute you want to call it. The birds will probably fly away in due time because they're birds. They don't like stick around with a corpse forever. You have a fox.
Yeah.
You should probably get going.
Mm-hmm.
E.
I'm going to talk to some trees that are a little less angry at us.
What do you ask the trees?
I'm going to ask them about the oldest tree.
Well, they'll give you
I'm a
about
tree.
they'll give you about the same directions. That the oldest tree is a little distance north, across the pond and everything.
Good, thank
See,
you.
I
See,
knew
these
we
ones
were
like us.
They'll tell you to be careful though. The place is lousy with wolves. Not that wolves go
We'll
just
be-
after anyone, but they're out there.
They're around.
We'll be careful. Thank you, tree that's not yelling at me about being a race traitor.
As you circle the water to get to where you need to go, presumably asking for directions every once in a while, just to make sure that you're on the right path, you bump across a strange sight. Can I get a perception check from whoever has the highest perception modifier?
Not me.
Mine's +2.
Mine's 3.
3?
I've only got 2.
3?
Yeah, none of us are
Three.
perceptive.
Wait, no, my bird.
Wait, no, my bird.
My bird has 5.
Your bird will pick up on something that's happening a short distance away on the shoreline. A small collection of about 5 kobolds appear to have, well, they're not setting up shop, but they are refilling their water skins and giving their faces a wash near the side of the water. They are armed, as in they are carrying spears on their backs or on the ground next to them, and they have bows slung over their shoulders and quivers by their sides.
Now, I don't know much about you fleshy people. I usually stay in the forest. Are those nice people or mean people?
I mean, many people come in different shades. You know, you can't really say, what's good and what's evil.
Yeah, like my last body was actually, oak.
That's
What was your
evil.
last body?
I mean, like we don't live in a constant orgy like you guys,
Just-
so
I just left him. I left one in the woods a couple of minutes ago and go back to it.
Wait, that was you?
I did that.
No, you were there. That guy was you.
No, that's a
Effing
body that I made.
What's going on?
So strange.
god dang plant creature.
Leshies exist in a state of perpetual reincarnation into other plant bodies.
yeah, you're in the forever orgy.
God damn it. Well, what are you doing with these
God.
kobolds? They're off in the distance. They haven't seemed to
They
have
haven't
noticed
done
you yet.
anything to us yet.
You're about 100 feet away, so you can just do what you like.
I have no reason to attack him.
And we could try to avoid them.
Or one of you guys can try to talk to him. But I'm not so good at talking to the everybody so far.
I mean, I guess I'll
Wait,
ride up and beat.
spark of knowledge. Don't gnolls and kobolds know each other?
Gnolls and kobolds. What? That's like
Don't you
Get
guys have
together
some
and
history?
play poker every night.
I mean, that's a little rude. I'm not gonna assume you know, like my aunt Genevieve's, potted rosebuds.
I mean,
Greta would probably point out like point out that this is racist. The thing is, though, it came from the little plant fella, so she sort of goes, "No."
oh. Well, one of you guys can try talking to him, or we can keep going. I mean, I got a fox.
Alright, well, then we can go talk.
Besides, I don't really have that many combat spells already.
I'll just stride up and be like, "Hello."
You slide on over onto the shoreline and approach the kobolds. Once you
Yeah.
get close enough that your presence is undeniably there, since you're not moving in with any particular stealth, the group of them grab up their weapons and they form up like a little phalanx with their shields and everything. One of them, who seems to be the tallest, stands in the back. The ones in the front speak in Draconic. Do you speak Draconic?
Nope.
Well, then the person
Does it
in the
really?
back will have to do the talking. Wait, what's this gif? Oh, it's the samurai gif. Why are you letting Gwendolyn do
Where
the
are-
talking, by the way?
I don't know.
They
I kind
volunteered.
of figured it was gonna be the samurai.
I mean, I can. I was going to walk up to with them, but
Oh, then
Yeah,
Gwendolyn
insert
took the
yourself.
lead.
Well, Gwendolyn, the one in the back would like to know who you are.
Did they speak in Draconic or?
No, they speak in common, and they basically just ask, identify yourself and all that stuff.
We're looking for ingredients, passing through. We just wanted to make ourselves known. So, know anything about rat's tail? Like an ingredient, like not like
Pickled
tails
rat's
of rat.
tail.
I personally like
Yeah,
the mental
pickle.
image that Gwendolyn looks at her hand where she wrote down the ingredients.
And I actually missed the name of the last thing. It's like an iron something that dwarves like.
I think it was Iron Bloom.
Yeah, iron bloom.
Iron brew.
Yeah, I think I wrote down iron brew in the little paper piece thing.
The kobolds are not a sizable amount of individuals. They're definitely going to have a numerical. The rest of you, by the way, are you making yourself visible, or are you sticking behind in cover?
I mean, they can. I'm just sitting in the tree line with my
Yeah,
+8 to stealth.
Greta, you're the only one I need to know about then.
Oh, I mean, we're not. It's not like we're coming out to like fight, so I'm not really hiding myself.
In that case, the kobolds are a bit more reserved. They stay back behind their cover, and the green one in the back speaks up.
Herbologists. Very well. But do note that you are walking on what may be the future terrain of the true scale kobolds.
I don't care.
Well, I don't want to encroach on your terrain, but we're just passing through. So
We also don't live
we,
here.
yeah, we're just kind of helping people. So
If you,
it's not really our business to like encroach.
if you
We're
need
just kind
help with Iron Bloom, however, I think there are some in that old monastery building, a distance to the west. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
There's this brief conversation
monster.
interconnect between her and another.
I think it was made to Droskar.
Truska.
Not a nice one,
Droskar.
I'll tell you that one.
Huh.
But yeah, what was the name of your group again?
The true scale kobolds. Thank you very much.
True Scales. Yeah. Good luck with your expansion, because I hear that's tricky among kobolds. So like hope it's for the best. Hope you don't run into other kobolds.
I think you'll
Or
find,
if you do, they're friends.
I think you'll find that King Merlocrap is more than capable of handling problems.
Oh, cool.
It's good to have a reliable king.
Why
Yeah.
did you have to bring up the race thing? I heard
No,
that's hard when Kobold.
No, that hard, if there's other kobolds. Because, infighting. Well, not infighting, outfighting other groups.
I'm not sure
Sideways
what's even
fighting.
going on anymore.
That's still a race thing. But okay, I'm not gonna.
I don't know
Thanks,
if that's a good
Claire.
or a bad thing.
Claire's being a dummy.
Thanks, Claire. Just like yelling at you. Let me be. Let me yell at you. Whee.
Go ahead. It's happy. I'm right here. Dang. God, just do
Claire is
it.
very yelled atable.
Hard is
I'm
just
in-
like nodding along, like, yes, you have great respect for your liege. I understand this.
This is my life.
Well, unless you have
Mm.
further
I
business,
respect that.
we should part ways.
Yeah.
Very well.
But
Which is a very
But-
polite way of saying I don't trust you and don't want you anywhere near me while I'm doing my business. She's
Moral.
getting water at this point.
Fair enough.
I mean,
also,
why?
you're going to see us walking with the hurt fox. That's our fox. So, like, that, like,
You get a very
We're
sharp
not gonna-
squint, and the few in front and like the little phalanx are softening up. It's just a silly thing to say. They seem to think.
Yeah, you get a
Yeah,
squint
Yeah, and
from
then
me
they
as
see
well.
a little. They see a little vine-covered plant boy in a witch hat with a bird on top of the witch hat, and like walking next to a fox that's like half his own size. Just like come out, and oh, by the way, there are a couple flowers in his air quotes hair.
By
Oh.
by the way, so I had to make it known also. You get a side eye squint from me too.
Yeah,
like-
just like everybody.
Like, what
Well-
are they gonna do with our fox?
I don't
People
know.
need these things apparently.
So-
Yeah.
Imagine one of them just like breaking off from the group to just rush the fox.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
man.
back across we go. We can go and
Yeah.
look at that house they mentioned, maybe. Or go to the
leave
big
them to
The
me.
tree is closer right now.
Let's go to the
Yeah, we'll
tree.
go to the tree.
You continue down, it's starting to get late in the day. A slight drizzle barely manages to get through the foliage of the trees. Or the foliage. Oh, got him.
Oh.
Hey, don't you be mean to my people.
Eventually, the trees stop telling you where the other tree is. Instead, just telling you you'll find it. Just keep going that way.
I probably stop asking after a while.
Ahead of you is, it's one of those trees where you're like, if we could stand on a mountain, you could pick this one out from a long distance. Amidst the dense trees and a thick brush is a single titanic darkwood tree. It dominates the clearing, primarily because its leafage is so thick that there's barely any sunlight at the bottom. Might also be because it's late in the day. It's several times taller than a temple minaret. It is
Okay,
also
probably
Now
that
we're in
one.
f-
it's also kind
now
of
that we're in front of them.
bent one way, like the tree kind of slopes up like a plume of smoke in one direction. Underneath, you tell that between its roots, small stone structures have been set up. You can't imagine those have gotten there naturally, and even from like the 50 or so feet this clearing is, you can tell there's some writing on it. What did you need from the elder tree again?
We needed the moss.
You needed the moss.
Yeah.
Well,
Elder-
you can tell that
Elderwood
there's moss growing on it.
You just slip on up, and I'm gonna say hello to the tree and tell it I just need to borrow some of the moss because I am an organic.
By the way,
herbalist.
this tree is absolutely massive. The leaves are big as bucklers. The limbs are thicker than arms. And
See,
close to the trunk itself, they're like the size of giants. It's pretty big.
I knew if he just asked the lumberjacks, they'd be like, "Yeah, no, we talk about this cool tree all the time."
Take us like 2 years to cut through it.
Oh, excuse me, I was wrong. The clearing is roughly ovular, 180 feet north to south and 110 feet west to east. The trunk is 30 feet in diameter,
Jeez.
and the root network that is visible is about 35 feet from there in every direction. It's 300 feet high. In case you want to know, 300 feet is like what? 100 meters? 90 meters?
100 yards.
20 stories.
Jeez.
That is
only reason-
91.4 meters. By
The
the
only
way.
reason you couldn't see this tree earlier is because by the time you could see it at the horizon, you were already in the forest.
Yeah, it's kind of blending into the canopy.
Like at the edge of the forest, at least from the edge you were coming from, it's just a little bump. But if you were standing on the edge here-ish, behind your characters, you would probably see it way sooner.
Yeah.
Well, can I get a spot? Sorry. Can I get a perception check? Because we don't have spot anymore. We have consolidated our skills. Which
So-
has its upsides and downsides, by the way. Don't think it's better because it's less. All right, kids.
It's not good or bad. It just is.
Everyone gets a spot check. Perception
13.
check.
Hey.
Thanks, party.
That's
Revan. Wait, why am I party?
I
Oh, you
laughed.
the last time too.
No one passes the check in that case. Well, what do you do at the edge of the
No.
clearing as you approach?
What about my bird?
What about your bird? Oh, yeah, your bird gives you alertness while it's within your arm's reach.
It's on my head.
So in that case, you would get a +2 to this roll. In which case, you do in fact see something.
The mega spider. That would've
What you
killed us all
see
for
are
it.
3 dead bodies, which apparently
Oh.
are half-eaten, hanging in the trees.
Hmm.
You know
I'm
what?
gonna ask the tree what did that.
If-
You walk up to the tree
I already know.
and give it a
You
slap.
guys stay here. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna like talk to the tree very respectfully.
The tree is
you
gonna
put
say,
your little
"I-"
baby
Good night,
hand up,
Bingos.
and you-
Bingo. When are you getting up?
I'm gonna try to be up by like 11, 11:30.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna set my alarm for about 10:30 or 11.
I'm gonna try to be out. I want to be out the door to get the car by noon.
I just heard a quack. Also, I swear to God, like, I'm gonna go talk to the tree all respectful. Like, who did this? The tree goes, I did.
The hell?
What's that? What a weird moan.
What the fuck am I hearing?
I don't know. I found a button in the soundboard. Oh, Mario Paint.
Oh, God, that
baby
was loud.
sound.
I'm
That was very loud.
So confused.
It's a sound from Mario Paint of the baby.
Oh yeah, it just sounds very sus without context.
The
Yeah.
baby! Oh, baby! Why is that on the soundboard?
I don't know. This one server has a couple of sounds.
Math. God damn it, Claire. I love that someone insists on showing me a post where someone does the fucking math, and I'm like, it doesn't matter what the math is, man. People don't want to play 5e if it doesn't feel good. It's about feels. Stop pretending this is an MMO where you can min max 5%. Anyway, kids,
I
you're.
can smell you.
Thank
back.
you, Gordon Freeman. Sorry, Mr. Morgan Freeman.
Welcome back, Zach.
You're hanging out at a tree. You see some bodies up in
Tree.
the branches. You also could tell there's a lot of moss here. For some reason, Pathfinders thinks you should make a DC-12 search tech. Fuck you, Paizo.
For moss.
It's moss on a tree. They're going to take 10
It's
and
like
find
half
it.
the tree.
No, my problem is also that from an adventure design perspective, making something that's this necessary rolls kind of weird. Especially something that's not like hard to find. Like I can find moss on a tree.
Yeah, it's again, it'd be like half the tree.
Point is, you can find the moss with ease. You're standing around 30 feet from the trunk, which is probably about as close as you want to get after hearing about the bodies, without me pushing you to it. So what do you intend to do? There really isn't a lot of moss at the edges of the roots, which is where you're standing. It's also not where the bodies are. Who might have stuff on them, or might be people you know. Who knows? So what do you want to do, kids?
Well, I mean, Plant Boy's gonna talk to them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can probably... I think you can rub his roots, right? You don't have to touch the trunk.
Doesn't even say I have to make contact.
All right. I imagine it's like talking to someone by looking at their feet, but it'll work. Yeah, you give
Oh,
the
you're
roots a
into
little
that a
whisper.
little.
What do you
Okay.
ask of the tree?
I'm just gonna ask, these bodies, where did those come from?
Oh, yes, the bodies. Oh, I've had so many bodies over the years, so many. Once was an elf who loved to be in branches so much he sat there till the end of days, and then he fell out in a windstorm. Yes, that was at least a few centuries ago by now. Yes, what a lovely
Oh,
old man.
God.
He starts...
You know, I've had a lot of bodies too, actually.
Ah, yes. Ah, oh, the innocence of youth is so delightful. To be young once more, a spry little sapling growing up out through the shrubbery. And now I'm so alone, there's barely anyone around anymore, really. Of course, there's always those who take a little bit of my lovely bark to make their little shields and cute. Oh, they make the loveliest shield. And he just keeps prattling on and on.
Oh, the great
Leshy
tattoo
is
tree.
totally fine to just sit there and listen, by the way.
Okay.
So,
You guys are gonna have to. You guys don't even hear this too. Is the problem? Like the Leshy's just like,
The Leshy seems to have been
Listening.
brainwashed by the tree.
no, the Leshy's just curious.
I just kind of like look at the little Leshy. It's like I bet they're exchanging like some great wisdom.
Oh yeah.
We
Eventually,
can learn from our elders.
after a few minutes of waiting, you'll get an answer that something lives in its branches. It was this big worm dragon thing, and sharp claws and a gnarly face. Oh yes, very.
Oh, it's the
very
hand snake.
The Tatsu.
Ooh, gnarly face, like the bad kind of gnarly or the good kind of gnarly? Because I heard gnarly is a good word these days.
Yes.
Totally gnarly.
Yes. So that's an elf who wrote a lovely story about a Tatsu, a lovely poem. I think I can recite it for you if you want me to.
Sure.
It was mostly, what was it about? Listen, I will write you a fucking poem if you make me, but you will be sitting here for 5 minutes while I figure it out.
The problem is you do have a very curious Leshy who is very patient, honestly,
Well,
for this
we'll
part.
summarize it for now. That your Leshy learns a beautiful poem about Tatsu worms, about how nice their scales look, how sharp their fangs, how their claws glisten like metal tree roots in the sky.
Claws
And-
to catch.
and at the end,
fangs that bite.
Then I very nicely ask, we need some of the moss on you to help people.
Oh, yes.
Can I take some?
Ah, yes. The moss that grows upon my body keeps me clean and fresh. Helps fertilize the soil and keep everything all intact. Yes. Well, you see, we can take what you wish. I don't mind. I've plenty to give. So much, what so many branches. Yes.
Well, thank you, Elder Tree, I say happily, going to collect some moss. I am very in tune with nature, being the fact that I am fucking nature.
Excellent.
God, you just lord it over us,
Sometimes
don't
literally.
Excellent. In that case, since you're so in tune with nature, you probably don't notice a large tattoo worm jumping on top of your head.
Kind of reason for you not to tell me, but he was probably getting there.
Let me
you?
show
Like
you.
he would have got to it eventually.
You know, you
Yeah.
have a right to see what's about to eat your face.
It's mid monologue.
Also, just posted the tree.
Also, I'm not gonna lie. I actually thought the tree was gonna be like it was like putting the bodies there because the tree went crazy because old. So I thought I was gonna say something like this. Hey, tree, where did these bodies go? You just hear this.
Unload thy balls.
What?
Why-
What
why
is
do you have
wrong
that
with
as a
you,
sound
Claire?
effect?
Claire, you're under arrest for the next 5 minutes.
What the f is?
There we go.
Prison. So when you said a worm with a whole bunch of arms, I pictured more like this thing.
You know, I like that he has a good dental plan. That much I'll tell you.
Because he chomps at the roots of the world tree.
Man, he's a
Well,
hungry
back, Claire.
boy, Dizzy. He needs diet.
Oh
All
my
right.
god! Now
Fiber.
I'm thinking back to that person who like thought Needhog was a racial slur.
Okay. So are we gonna do this fight now, or do you want to take it for next week? That's what
I can go either way.
It's kind of late.
Yeah, that's why I thought to ask.
I have one more lesson to do also.
Touch of fatigue.
I'm gonna beat up Claire.
Like I'm
and
telling you.
I'm gonna give you your experience points. Let's see. I'm gonna give you some bonus points for that goblin man because you fought him so honorably. I'm gonna give you some points for the kobolds because you technically did. You did resolve that situation amiably. So there you go. You're like an eighth of the way to your level up.
Yo.
You'll get there.
Wahoo!
Yahoo.
Yahoo!
And next time, when I level up, I can take more spells and actually get like spells set up that do damage.
Wow.
Also, because I didn't realize that Hex required me to actually have like component stuff outside of my material components. Let's see if I can change that out for Cauldron.
There is a mite of some kind inside my monitor just running around. I was trying to get it off my screen and I realized it's actually inside the computer monitor.
Oh.
How'd you do that?
Oh.
Well, I mean, it's really tiny, so it probably just got in through like normally, but now it's it's just wandering around.
Also, I found out that some of the SMT games have Nidhogg look like this.
What the?
So
Which is pretty great. Get
Okay,
along
Mine-
this guy.
if I get Leshy summoning, what? Okay, so I get Leshy summoning where it says I can the witch counts as a plant creature for the purposes of growing Leshies, right?
Mhm.
If I grow a new Leshy and then I die, can I inhabit the Leshy?
You do not get level 1 clone.
I think it probably dispels when you die,
What is
since
it?
it's a conjured creature.
No,
instead
it's
of one
grown.
that
What
actually
does it
exists.
mean with counts as a plant creature for the purposes of growing a leshy?
'Cause I think you have to be a leshy, or you have to be like a plant creature of some
Oh
kind.
no
in
no
order
no
to
no no
create
no
one.
no 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 no! Here we go. It basically makes it cheaper. Plant creatures take half the time to grow. They reduce the cost by 25%. Plant creatures gain a +5 racial bonus to the knowledge check used to grow it. A plant creature does not need to make the final percentile roll for success.
What?
Weird.
So yeah, like
So-
if I grow another Leshy, because when I die, unlike you fleshy things, my soul just sort of goes into another plant.
Yeah, but
We're not
there's
letting you do that Orochimaru thing where he like spits out a new body.
No, it's like it's not that I spit it out. It's like we're in the middle of a fight. I get like sniped out and explode, right?
Claire-
Into vines,
Claire,
which is a thing that actually happens.
I would like to point out that it takes like weeks per hit dice, so this doesn't just magically happen overnight.
Oh.
Yeah, so this would be like a project. So like, or like at the end of the adventure, it's been a couple months in. I get hit by an arrow, I explode. There's vines everywhere. You're like, oh man, that sucks. Our little plant buddy's dead because you guys are all stuck in the dichotomous viewpoint of life and death. And then like an hour later, I just walk in. But I'm like
Or
a
it's like-
lotus.
Or it's like Groot where we just like carry around like a pot and like watch you just growing it.
But unlike Groot, I don't have to go through being a teenager again because Leshies are born adult.
Yeah,
Thanks,
just a little
Claire.
fella. Also, that Needhog just like cramming his like cute little mouth with like bones. Look at him.
He's
I
so
love
hungry.
him.
He needs more calcium in his diet, Claire.
Like
Yeah, give him your bones.
I'm obsessed with this like thing. I'm keeping this. This is mine now.
Glad he has.
Also, Fox.
Yeah.
Spin.
So wait, if the fox grows up, will I be able to ride it with how small I am?
Here we go. Here's the spin.
I mean, you are tiny. You can kind of ride a lot of things.
I don't know. I think you can ride creatures smaller than your size. I know that much. I don't know if you can do it. I know somewhere that you can ride something that's your size, but it's like awkward.
Look at that possum.
Okay, so, and the other question: can I get a second familiar?
What do you
You
mean a
want
second familiar?
I
two
think you need
birds.
a feat for that.
Like my bird is a familiar. Can I get points at the fox? Another one. Foxes are on the familiar list.
I imagine there's a feat you can take that lets you have more familiars. I don't know why you'd want another one. I don't think there's any real benefits to it.
And you get the
You get, like-
bonuses.
I think there's a passive buff you get from having a familiar or something.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bird gives me the passive ones for diplomacy.
I guess it's like the most.
But also,
minor
I just
thing.
kind of want to keep him. That's the point.
Your
Just
bird's
be a
like looking at
pet
you like,
friend.
or
He's just a little fella, just a little guy, just a itty bitty boy.
Mm.
We'll
Feel
figure
better
it out
than
when
me.
we get there. This fox is
Yeah.
still with you for like a week until its leg heals, and after that, it'll probably run away when it gets a chance, or not. Who knows? Give it a little chin scratches. Get this duck out of here.
We have geese, and the geese have started hatching goslings. So
Why the fuck does
They're gonna
gosling
be-
sound like a monster?
Bap!
because
are.
they are,
They are hatching the goslings.
and yet they're adorable, but also means that the geese are going to be completely insufferable for the next like 2 months.
The fuck? Like,
Mm.
by the way, there's one thing I would like to point out. There's a goose swan in this area. Goose swan, yeah, it's a swan, who sometimes just slaps their beak against a certain light post. I don't know why. It just
Yeah,
does
I
that.
know that one. That one's fucking weird.
I-
I remember last time I was there, we saw it do it for like an hour.
It's oh, look at these little babies. Look at the
Yeah,
little
those are the
fellas.
goslings.
We will unleash upon them a swarm of goslings.
And then they grow up a bit more into these awkward looking fucks.
Oh yeah.
and then you get some beans.
Me and the boys at 2 a.m. looking for beans.
What the fuck is wrong
Then-
with you, Claire?
They grow up into these goddamn monsters.
Yeah, the death bird.
Claire, you were one more.
No,
silent.
third, because the real death bird is the swan, which Safi has nearby.
Then they get a little bit older and they grow into one of these.
Then they become Ryan. Yeah. Get a career, and at one point we were considered the most handsome man alive.
There's a goddamn another girl line soundboard thing where she goes, "I thought I saw a giant rat. I did see a giant rat," but it's like really loud when she says she did see a giant rat.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, kids and cadettes, I thought I had finished this, but I didn't. 'Cause
Please don't do sound effects when Safi's talking.
I wasn't
Yeah.
doing it. I wasn't about to rant, Dizzy.
But yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say that the luck points, the way they work is they let you pass a check. Basically, just like that, snippety snap, you're done with it. They can give you an extra action in combat if you're like, I want to do something extra. I want to be a little extra today. And you can use it to basically establish situations and circumstances that are advantageous or not. Up to you.
Also, I have a question.
Yes.
Considering how open close is phrased, would that not work on a door with a doorknob?
I think it
I
works
think
on-
that's a resistance.
Yeah, I think that's more like that's part of the spell. Because otherwise, it would just be mage hand. You know. Then it would
Yeah,
just
it's
be
more
a
like
push.
if something pushes back against you, Bella.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
I typed open glove instead of open close.
Mhm.
Wait, there's also a spell called open and shut, which is a first level spell, but knock exists. Oh, you alter the appearance of a door and disguise whatever it's open or closed. What?
So you make it
Because
look
then-
transparent.
Regardless,
Keep it wild.
Chasing after you, you summon a door.
regardless of how you alter the appearance of the door, creatures that believe the illusion take a -5 on perception checks regarding the door itself and creatures on the other side of the. So you make a door appear locked, and they can't hear good on the other side. Oh.
It just sounds like a really dick smell. It's just
But yeah, Bella, for one, doorknobs aren't all that common to begin with, so I imagine it just opens anything that, like resistance, again, like Zadal said, is it actively opposes opening instead of just allowing it to happen if you know what to do.
Okay.
So you can probably
Also, I love
Yeah.
this trailer.
it's really good.
now, if say the door was jammed or the mechanism is like all rusted over, then yes, the door would probably stay stuck. But most doors would just. But it doesn't say how hard the door opens. Does it slam open, or is it like quiet, or would an NPC in the room notice? Do they get a listen check? Hello, hello. I'm playing
Back
Pathfinder.
in.
I want my rules. Nox says it explosively opens the door. Hello.
Hello.
God damn it. I love that Nox like kaboom and the door is open. Let me see if I can find the specific text. Here we go.
Also, I still just love this trailer because Mark Hamill is just so perfect.
Oh, it doesn't make a lot of noise. Huh.
But I am gonna pop off.
Bye, Claire. Go to bed.
I'm
Bye,
not
Claire.
I'm not sleeping too.
Go
much.
bed.
Beb.
Like, good night.
bed.
Blah.
Pile driver into bed.
Bye-bye.
Where?
But yeah, Mark Hamill makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't need you to explain the Force to me.